Hello, my name is Aisha Yusufu and this is Nigeria Newspaper Review. And today we'll be reviewing different headlines from across Nigeria. So today is Thursday, 16th of July, and the newspaper that we would be starting with first is The Guardian. And you have a big one here that says UK's new migration visa lures Nigerian doctors. And if you just look at yesterday, the one of the newspaper headlines that we reviewed talked about Lagos State government that said they will not lament over doctors that are on strike. Well, part of the things I said was they shouldn't lament, they should actually be ashamed of themselves. Other countries, this is what they're doing. They're luring in medical doctors. They're waiving things. They want these doctors to come in because they need them right now. And for me, if Nigeria isn't treating you well, we can't stop you from leaving and going to where you'll be treated very well. I'm a very pragmatic person, and people have to, the nation need to want its citizens. And if the nation doesn't want its citizens, then it's quite unfortunate. But you can see what smart countries are doing. They're trying to get in doctors from other places. And Nigeria is a country where to get a medical education, it's relatively very cheap, very. Yet we will train these doctors and then we allow them to go out to other countries. We allow other countries to snap them up. We are not just being smart. We just like to work hard, but we don't want to work smart. That's quite unfortunate over there. And under the headline, you hear what they say: more health workers may flee. Nigeria can only have achieved sufficiency in 100 years. 58 doctors stopped last week have left the country, and so it's quite sad that this is going. This is what happens when a country does not have the kind of leadership that it should have, and they do not know how to go about things. This is what we're facing right now. Going on to other headlines, we see one here: ex-NIMASA boss jailed 7 years as court squashes charges against Tombolo others. And then we have Senate leadership to meet presidency over 774,000 jobs. While you're looking at this 774,000 jobs, just understand the fact that the Senate aren't meeting the presidency because they love you, the people, or us, the people. Why they're going there is because, of course, let's remember what the fight was all about. The fight was all about they wanted more of the quota given to them, and also they wanted an input into the people who were in that particular committee. So it's about their selfish ends. When are we as Nigerians going to stand and fight for ourselves? That's always the question. Anyway, let me go back to the headlines over here. Buhari reps NAF mourn first female combat pilot. It's so sad. She's the first female Nigerian female combat pilot, and she's just 24, and she died. I just say her father said he spoke with her, and just a few hours later she was gone. And guess what? She just came back from fighting bandits and terrorists in Katsina State, according to some reports, and she died in a road accident at the NAF, is it the NAF center in Kaduna? I think there needs to be more investigation. Is it in the NAF base rather, not NAF center? Is it in the NAF base that she died? Where did she? What is it? The essence of all of this investigation primarily is to ensure that we're able to mitigate against such unfortunate incident happening. So please, let's have transparency. It's so sad. May her soul rest in peace. It's such a loss to the nation, and I'm sure the parents will be grieving so much. Such a young child, 24. I mean, and she has achieved so much, and there was so much waiting for her. But then, God knows best. We can't question the will of God. We will also always pray that may her soul rest in peace, and may God give her parents the fortitude to bear this loss. Southwest ready to allow students sit for 2019-2020 WACs. Here's another one. We've seen this issue going on. Well, the federal government have said its own. The states have a right to decide on what they want to do, and then it goes like that. And since we're hell-bent on doing this exam rather than finding alternative ways, then so will it be. And hopefully it doesn't get to, there are no crisis. Hopefully we pray that everything goes smoothly. But then we are always a people who we dare anything, and then when certain things come out, we begin to go back and forth on that. There are still the COVID-19 cases. The confirmed cases are in here. 34,259 confirmed cases, 760 deaths, and recovered 13,999. Magu released as Buhari exits more EFCC officials. And then President's anti-graft file rules says Adamawa CA can insist. So you need to read that. I'm trying to see, is it the CAN of Christian Association of Nigeria, or is it another acronym? But I can't get that. But that's the thing over there. I mean, if really there's fight against corruption, let's see it across all, but it's not just Malemi Magu fight. Let's see it. ICPC is there. Begin to set your light on this. Set your light on yourself. Set your light on your government, your officials, everything. I mean, so much to be done. But then Nigerians are easily swayed away, fooled, and we go on things and then we move away. We are more focused on the drama than we are on the business at hand. So from the Guardian, I'm going to move next to what paper should I look at now? I think I'm going to pick The Nation. The Nation newspaper, of course, has a lot. We saw the My Girl, Wonderful, Brilliant, Grieving Dad Laments Young Pilots Dead. Still see the sad news there of this particular pilot dead. We still have also on it again, the Southwest states to reopen schools August for works. Yeah, we've seen that. Appeal court okay sack of council chairman. Algon for appeal court. We see that as headline. And then Buhari's anti-graft war must go on, says the freed Magu has been released. So, and of course, he said the anti-graft war must go on. Martins replaces Igalo at Shenhua Koga. At Shenhua, yeah, so he replaces Igalo. And then Go Kada CEO. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know, you just see certain headlines and they just shock you. Go Kada CEO found dead in New York. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Something's just, oh God have mercy. Something's just it's a bit of a small print on top there. I'm just saying that you saw all that story that went on about Go Kada when the Lagos state had done what was it now, when they banned Okada and everything. Oh, it's just so sad. Young people, I mean, this 2020, so many deaths. I know death happens every day. It's been going where this 2020 is just something else. It's just sad. May his soul rest in peace. We're also coming back to Edo 2020. You see Obaseki PDP struggling for relevance, says APC, AALP, ADC substitute candidates, and the PDP denies attacking Ize Yamo's running mate. So you find that a whole lot of that Edo story going on. Then the next thing we look at here, or still on The Nation, we see CBN seeks power to freeze suspects' accounts. So they're looking for that power to be given to them. And then also on the COVID-19 case, what he has on the headline is to also talk about the new cases. And we have 643 new cases. And this to tell you that we are not even testing enough. We are not doing as aggressive testing as we should do. If we're doing this testing, only God knows the number of cases that we're going to find. It's really sad. And the most painful part of it is the fact that you see people are really not taking it seriously up to now. The right kind of social distancing is not being, even from the citizens, from the leaders. Everybody seems to just be going on as if, like I always say, that it's as if Nigerians think they have the patent to prayers and they can do anything and get away with it just by praying to God. We have here that says ship owners seek government intervention in secure anchorage area dispute. So that's another headline in there. National Assembly clerk rejects sack, suit seeking Uzodinma's removal for is that Monday, I think, MON, that's what I think that's Monday. So that story is on page 20. So this is The Nation. Remember earlier on we had done The Guardian, and this is The Nation. And then we'll move on to, let's look at what newspaper are we picking next. I think we should do the Tribune. Yes. Nigerian Tribune, we have FG suspends 12 top EFCC officials, releases Magu. So there's cleanup being done there. So for us, is whoever is guilty, let no one be spared. Let everything be done. Let there be rule of law followed. let there be transparency, let there be accountability, because you can't be fighting corruption without transparency. You can't. It's when there's that opacity where everything is not clear. That's where a lot of corruption would happen. So whatever is being done needs to be done within the ambit of the law. It needs to be done transparently. There needs to be accountability, and then the searchlight should not just be on EFCC. Shine it on other agencies also, starting with the ICPC. The police is there, the military is there, a whole lot of agencies, security agencies, and all of that we need to begin to check. Another headline here says NDDC has failed Niger Delta State Rep. Absolutely, NDDC has failed. It's unbelievable the level of corruption we are hearing from them. Meanwhile, people have been suffering over there. The people aren't feeling the impact. Even students that have gotten scholarship have been lamenting, have been going through so much stress, have been treated with so much disdain and woefully in their countries of studies, because of course the Nigerian government refused to pay its fees. And the next thing we are going to still the same. What is this? Go-Kada owner Fahim Saleh murder. It's even a murder. Oh God, this is so. Oh my goodness. Here at the Nigerian Tribune headline, it says Go-Kada owner Fahim Saleh murdered, body dismembered with electric saw in US. Who could have done such heinous thing? It's unbelievable. For me, death, we all know that, right? It's an inevitable end. All of us are going to die. But when death is by an accident, you just understand there's nothing you can do. But when it is deliberate, somebody deliberately kills, for me, it's something that I'm always unable to wrap my head around. And this kind of heinous death, murder him, then dismembered his body with electric. So, oh my goodness, that's gruesome. It's on page 25 there on the Nigerian Tribune. Ex-NIMASA executive director gets 7-year jail term for laundering 1.5 billion naira. 7 years is really too small for 1.5 billion naira. The number of people that have died due to that corruption. One of the things that we don't realize as citizens is the fact that corruption affects us a lot. People are dying due to corruption. We are blaming village people. We are blaming this. We are blaming enemies. Most of this is due to corruption. Corruption is killing a lot of people. Hospitals that are supposed to have equipment don't have equipment because some people have laundered the money. Roads that are supposed to be fixed, contracts have been awarded, they are not fixed because somebody has eaten the money, or they inflate this contract. So our lives are being affected. Somebody steals 1.7 billion naira, launders 1.7 billion, it gets 7 years. And then somebody sells a cell phone in the market, the person is killed and burnt to death. Jungle justice. You just begin to imagine what's going. But of course, it's still a good thing that he's paying for his crime. He has been convicted, but we need more of this, and there should be more stringent. There should be more punishment on this. Southwest School set to reopen. Of course, we've seen that it's set August 3rd resumption date for SS3 students, and 6th shift of WAEC, the WASC, to August 24th. FG's meeting with parents continues on Monday. So this is what is going on. Remember, there are certain schools that are owned by the federal government, so the decision of the state is not binding on them. For example, the federal government schools, the unity schools, and all of that. So they are owned this. So I think maybe that's why the parents are meeting. I'm just wondering what parents are going to allow their children. Honestly, my kids are already older than at that age, but I can't imagine myself sending my child to school at this moment to go and write exam. Please, we're going to shift it. We're going to find alternative way of getting that exam, or it's better to lose a year than life. For me, that's my own. But then parents have to decide on their own. NAS Commission retires clerk, 149 orders. I can't be sacked by mere pronouncement, said Omolori. That's the name there. Sack LG chairman, lose to Oyo government at appeal court. Well, they have gone to appeal court, and I think this local government autonomy, it needs to be worked on. It needs to be taken up more. We can't just have, it's just like, for example, can you just have the president just come and sack governors? Then how come the governor has the right to caretaker committee? They are the ones, there's something that needs to go. It's so sad that the last time the local government autonomy came up, unfortunately, it was defeated by quite a number. But those are the things that need to be done. Then father speaks as Nigeria's 24-year-old first female combat pilot killed in car accident. It's really quite sad if you just read the story where he talked about talking to his daughter around 1 p.m. Actually, she had come from an operation in Katsina, and she said she was sleeping then, that she was gonna go out and come, and then the next thing, of course, someone called him to say, have you spoken to her? And he kept calling her, he couldn't get her number, got across to friends later, and they were all crying. And it's really quite a sad thing for any parent to hear that their child has been killed. I mean, as parents, you always want your children to be the ones to bury you, and not you burying your children. And this is quite sad. But may God give them the fortitude to bear this. So we've done the Tribune, right? So let's look at what next newspaper are we looking at, and I think at this time we will look at the Punch. The Punch newspaper, of course, have at the very top, it says FEC OK's 2021-2023 MTEF plans 12.66 trillion in the 2021 budget. And then, of course, the issue of the 774,000 job, Senate holds closed session, National Assembly to meet with Buhari. So you see the kind of things that are bothering our National Assembly. People are being killed. How many times have you heard them talking about the fact that they need to have people having how do I put it now, people are being killed, they need to meet with the president and all of that. That isn't being done, but we have this. And of course, still in the Punch, the story of the girl that has been killed. I spoke with Tolulokwe at 1 p.m., but at 5 p.m. I was told she was in the mortuary. I mean, that's so unimaginable. It's really unbelievable. We still go on. We still have, it's still the same headlines. The Southwest states, Ebonyi Cross River on collision costs with federal government, of course, over the pupils resumption and the WASC exam. And then we have there's this picture here of on, I think they say, along the Agege Motor Road, Mushin, Lagos, on Wednesday. You see, I think whether there's a bit of collision between two trains. I don't know if it's possible for you to see down there. I don't know if it's possible for you to see that. You see the roads and everything. You just begin to wonder, what kind of a people are we really with all of this going on. So it's just so crazy. And beyond that, you see more of those pictures. You could see the bad roads, you see all the things, and the flooded roads. And the thing is that every year we keep having these floods going on, and then next year it's still going to be the same thing, because we don't do anything about it. We just behave the same way, and we expect a different result, and this result never get to go on. So here, the next thing here we have, I didn't sexually harass ex-NDDC managing director Sex Akpabio. You know, that's the drama going on at the NDDC, and also the interim panel committee that is supposed to review the whole thing. And it's so crazy, the stories that come out of Nigeria. Sometimes I say to myself, if I wasn't in Nigeria, there's no way I'm going to believe half of the stories that come out of Nigeria. But then, sadly, it's our reality. Election rigging. APC petition CP demands undo SSG's prosecution. Oh yeah, it's now there now. Okay. You know, this is always a fight, and then at the end of the day, they're just using citizens anyhow that they like. And with the citizens, we just like being there. They are using our head as pimple, while doing nothing. Then we have another headline here. UK frustrated air peace attempt to evacuate Nigeria, states Onyema, and that's on page 17 of the Punch. You saw all of that drama where they were denied, and then later they brought in another thing. But the right things have to be done. We also have a Wadume headline here. The court admits Taraba policeman's confession as exhibit. And I just hope it's not the one that they will get there now, and then the man will say that, oh, he confessed other duress and all of that. They need to have a whole lot of this. But then since court has admitted that as exhibit, so let's see how it goes. And then with the Wadume thing, it's been long overdue. And then even the Evans, what about the other kidnapper Evans? What about his case? What's happening? Why is there silence? What's going on? Why is there no prosecution? Why is that case stalling? Anyway, we come to another one here that says police release Magu, Buhari suspend 12 EFCC directors. We've seen that Copper one other rescued as Ogun police kidnappers clash. Wow. I mean, the kidnapping rate in Nigeria is alarming. They come into your house, they take you away. Sometimes the police are even the ones that help you to pay the ransom. It's like the police is helpless, everybody is helpless, we're all on our own, and it's just you're just there. It's really sad. And this started like a joke. I remember when people were being kidnapped in the Niger Delta area. It was the expatriates. For me, I always was like, oh no, this is not good, we can't be doing this. I say this is a crime, because kidnapping was a crime that was alien to Africans, especially Nigerians. I only read about it in novels, and I knew how heinous it was, the different crime, reading all of those books. And people were like, oh no, it's Oyibo. I feel like when they are tired, when they don't see any Oyibo to pick, they will come after us. And today, this is where we are. So this is why it is always good, when something is happening, nip it in the bud. And wherever is bad, whether it's being done to your enemy or not, bad is bad, and it has to be nipped. Today we are battling with this ugly trend of kidnapping, and it's such a huge money makers for the kidnappers, and the security agents are helpless. Even they themselves are being kidnapped, and they end up paying those ransom too. So at this moment, I think the remaining newspaper we haven't touched today will be the Business Day. So let me get the Business day for us. Oh, here it is right now, and it says stock market ready for tough start to earnings season. I mean, the world is upside down. The world is on its head right now. Everything is upside down. Everything is tough. Business, life, emotions, relationship, everything is all over the place, and it's unbelievable. So business, of course, also is affected. But I see that the stock market, they're already ready for a tough, for a rough start to all that is going on. So we hopefully things come out well over there. Then multiple checkpoints by customs agencies stifle ease of business at ports. I mean, I have said to myself, importation business, export, but maybe I would think, because it's one of the most harrowing things. I used to have this tomato paste that I sold, produced, imported for China, produced for my company. It's called Alim Tomato. Maybe one day I'll actually revive it, who knows. And it was such a struggle for you to be able to get things through the port, and sometimes they will delay, and those demurrage to no fault of yours, and you pay those money. I remember one time, I that was something around 2012, 2011, 2010, between 2010 to 2012. And I had a particular container, due to no fault of mine. This thing, I can't remember what it was, weighing something that they need. The scanner also got spoiled at the port, and this container stayed over long at the port because of that. And I ended up paying over ₦1 million in damage, in demurrage, due to no fault of mine. I wanted to take out my pot. My machine was spoiled. Is it my fault that your machine was spoiled? So these are the things that lead to this huge cost of business at the end of the day. There's so much things we need to do. There's so much that we need to ease. Businesses need to be given an enabling environment to thrive, because that is the only way that employment can be created. Today, government is the biggest, richest entity in Nigeria. Government is the one biggest employer. It shouldn't be that way. It should be the other way around. Shouldn't be going into government thinking of earning money. If you want to earn money, it should be in business. That's where the money should be, in business, not in government. But of course, our own case is always different. Then we have mobile devices seen taking over media consumption as COVID-19 disrupts industry. Well, COVID-19 is a disruptor, and you have to put yourself online with the new normal, with the new world. We are on the verge of a new world, and if you've not gone back to take stock of yourself and put yourself forward, sorry, it's going to be a big and major business, whether in terms of your personal life, your business life, wherever it is. You need to put yourself out there and change, because we have this, just like what we have in the 1990s, where we now had the information age coming in, mobile phones and internet and all of that. This is a whole new level, and it's going to disrupt everything. And hopefully just get yourself on track and be on the go. Dangote Cement bag of goodies promo season to produce 9 millionaires daily. Okay, beyond that, can the cost of cement be dropped so that we produce more winners? And that is it for today. So hopefully tomorrow we meet again, where we take another newspaper review on Niger newspaper review. And so we do this on weekly days, and that's it. Thank you, and please stay safe and follow all the rules. Please do that. Thank you.